Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is better known as the daily office lectionary. And I thought it's interesting, we do jump into some different readings for this Holy Week, right? This is the week that we are concentrating, especially the Holy Communion service, where we're reading at each of the Masses the Passion Gospels from the various authors. We're really looking intently at what ultimately will happen on Good Friday, which is the death of Jesus Christ, and then, of course, after that, his resurrection on Easter Day. But one of the lessons that are assigned for evening prayer this week is from the Book of Lamentations. Now, the Book of Lamentations are ascribed to the author, Jeremiah, right? We've just had a lot of readings at evening prayer from the book of the prophet Jeremiah. Now we're reading his Lamentations, and they are believed to be written somewhere around the 6th century BC when the Babylonians came in and destroyed the city of Jerusalem, and the Jews were sent out into exile for their unfaithfulness. And so it is that Jeremiah is lamenting over the destruction of the city of Jerusalem. He personifies her as a woman and talks about the embarrassment of her being destroyed by these Babylonians. Now, an interesting thing, it's kind of like how Psalm 119, each 8-verse section of Psalm 119 starts with a letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So the first 8 verses all start with Aleph, and then the second one with Beth, and then Gimel, etc., etc. The same is true with the opening chapters of the Book of Lamentations. Each section begins with a letter in the Hebrew alphabet. So you have the first 2 verses, the first verse is Aleph, the second one is Beth, the third one Gimel, etc., etc., all the way through. The lesson that's assigned for this morning, however, begins chapter 1, verse number 7, and this is what it says. Jerusalem remembered in her days of her affliction and of her miseries all her pleasant things that she had in the days of old, when her people fell into the hand of the enemy, and none did help her. The adversaries saw her and did mock her at her Sabbaths. Jerusalem had grievously sinned, therefore she is removed, that all that honored her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yea, she sigheth, and turneth backwards. Her filthiness is in her skirts, she remembereth not her last end. Wherefore she came down wonderfully, she had no comforter. O Lord, behold many affliction, for the enemy hath magnified himself. The adversary hath spread out his hand upon her, all her pleasant things, for she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. All her people sigh, they seek bread, they have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve the soul. See, O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile. Is it nothing to you, all ye that pass by? Behold and see if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord hath afflicted me in the days of his fierce anger. Now, of course, we read this on the first point, thinking about what actually happened to the city of Jerusalem when, in fact, they were destroyed by the Babylonians. And this personification, this idea of that it sinned and they sinned and they grieved God, and because of that, the idea of the shame of her destruction, and then this wonderful lament that he says, "Is it nothing to all ye who pass by? Behold, and see if there's any sorrow like unto my sorrow." Now, there's a church in Chicago called the Church of the Ascension, and that church has a beautiful stone crucifix on the front, the outside of the building, overlooking the street. As a matter of fact, the Moody Bible Institute people have to walk from one building to another right past the front of that Episcopal church, and written underneath that crucifix is it nothing to all ye who pass by? Behold and see if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, right underneath the crucifix. And it's a wonderful reminder of those students walking back and forth, of the gift that Jesus Christ gave to us by offering himself to us. And I know on Good Friday, I usually put that on the signboard as well, as people are coming and going, because there are many days when opening day has ended up being on Good Friday, and the stadium is packed with 40,000 people, and we've got 150 in the church, right? Is it nothing to all ye who pass by? So anyway, so this week at Holy Week, let's spend some time thinking about our own sin, because the price has been paid for it by Jesus Christ. And let's not just walk by, but let's participate with the Lord. Let us draw deeper and closer to him as we commemorate and remember and embraced the gift that he gave to us on that hard wood of the cross. I hope you have a good Monday. May God bless you.